Oh, it a cold dude. Alright, boom. Let's get that over there. Oh, the grind started. Alright. Hopefully we can knock out like another full part today. Because we're just going over subclasses today, so that shouldn't be too much to figure out. Learning about encapsulation was really nice though. I wish I had taught that on the MIT side of things. A repetition, mention a double error. Both. But this is both classes. Both classes also have attributes which are unique to them. Simply compare all attributes. This is unnecessary. Attributes, different ones. This is like an ideal situation either. Oop. Languages, the feature, technique, called inheritance. Class can inherit the trait of another. Inheritance traits, a class can also make some features to common parent class person. A new class contains are shared by the other two classes. Add their own, but for inheritance, adding the base class. Oh, what's up, Goku? Building up more stacks. Well, actually, wait, did your stacks reset? Your stacks might have reset. Oh, no, they didn't. You're building up stacks. Stacks are going strong. I believe in you. You got any plans for the day, though? Base class parentheses on the. I think you don't really need. Wait, do you need a room? Rinse the class. Oh, yeah, that's the one. Right. The initialize the constructor. Class bookshelf contains the method book method with a base class book container overriding. The derived class has a method base class that overrides instances of the derived class. The idea in the example above is that a new book added to a book container always goes to the top. With bookshelf, you can specify. They don't go over the difference in Look. But I have the book here. Oh, because it inserts at the location, so insert moves things over. Oh, good to be reminded. Mm-hmm. The bookshelf class also has access to the list books method. Of all classes derives from book content. The derived class all traits directly accepted as a private and base class. Oh, identical to rewrite the any trait in the base. Oh, because it's called superclass. Focus on reading mangas, you're not responding. Who wonders why he steals his cookies all the time? I judge him for reads mangoes. For Ryan. In the club. Parking lot. Back corner. Listen, Mitch, what are you reading? But yeah, pull in the part of the base class. Character such attribute. Subclass can be derived class can still call overridden. Following example, we have a bonus card and a special platinum card. Calculate. Ah, That is something I didn't teach. Let's go finally, guys. I really wish they would stop doing the exercise template stuff. Is what it is. I don't understand why sometimes they'll just. I almost feel like it's like two different people are writing out the exercises sometimes, because there's just one where it's just like, oh, here's all this stuff for in the exercise template, and the other one like, oh, actually like write it out. It's just like, I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. Take a third argument. We'll wait. Let me take. Wait. And here we go. Should return the model, comma speed. Wait. Okay, so it worked. Yeah, it just feels like fine exercise. Yeah, I'm assuming that you have to like get logged in on an account or something. Get the uh, oh, try to reconstruct it. It's just it feels weird again that like half of the exercises they'll like even in the advanced course section they'll put out the entirety of it, especially when it's not that long to put in there. And then in other cases they're just like, ah, it's in the exercise template. It's like, why? Computer game warehouse. Still might be able to reconstruct this. We have class game warehouse. That's the game. Do game. I think that should be it, right? Game museum. The game warehouse, because it's like it should override the list game method. Oh, here we go. Nice, we have the constructor, add game, list games. Override the list games method. Return only those. 1990. Ah. less than or equal to. I think that should work as like what are the two that we're given? I'm confused. How does a blank thing trigger what? Huh? I'm so confused. Like there's that should just work. Let me try the subclass one. Like a subclass. What that? I don't understand why sometimes it just shoots all the way up to fucking Narnia. Oh wait, is it because I think it's because I have self in there. Okay, yeah, that was the problem. Okay. So when it's in here, it doesn't need self. That's something to remember. You just leave that parentheses empty. Okay. Makes sense. I put plus signs. Wait, does this work? No. I was hoping that maybe that would work. Now we should like um, sides of squares are all equal length. Makes a square a special case of a rectangle. New class should not contain any new attribute. Did not contain any new attribute. Oh, but you have to because you're not even writing it right. I guess technically you would do this. Like you have to alter it because they only put 1 4 in there. Oh, you know what okay, actually I think I know what it is. I understand. I'm just gonna morph this however I feel like it because they're doing the weird lock exercise template thing, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but is what it is. Or is it missing? Oh. How are you missing the height when the height is here? Like, I'm so confused. Why? Like, why doesn't this work? It's like you're missing one required positional argument. There is one required positional argument in the definition of like in the square creation. So how is it missing something that's there? How is it missing? Hello? Nani? There's a 4 here. Okay, it's just borked that way. Can you not do it with initialized variables? Try this again over here because reasons. Like, I don't understand how it has a positional in here and then it's saying you're missing a positional requirement. Like, what do you mean? This is the part that gets annoying when they like do the stupid template nonsense. I really wish they would just put the things, like the stuff like in the exercises themselves. I really don't think they're doing themselves any favor in this. Especially because like, I don't know. I don't know why they like, that's whatever. I'm gonna stop complaining about it. It's just gonna annoy me further the more I get annoyed about it. When I talk about it. I just feel like it's such a waste. Like, hey, yeah, we're not gonna like show you part of the exercise. Because it's just like, whatever. I wish like if I could have just had the stupid thing that I could see how they had the rectangle written. Because I don't, because I'm assuming there's something in the, there has to be something in the constructor that I'm missing. Because they're like, there should be, should not contain any new attributes. But like, they haven't taught me anything else with the super thing. Like, it's all just been just pull all the constructor. So shouldn't it just pull this then? You know what, fuck it. Do this like this. How is it missing? It's literally there. It's literally there. What do you mean? Like, how is it missing? The number is literally there. Like, I don't understand. Like, even if I add an extra number, it's still like, oh, it's missing whatever. Like, is this not supposed to just pull everything down? Like, that's what it was. That's literally what they just told us. It's like, oh, hey, you don't have to rewrite the thing twice because you can just put this in and it'll just pull the constructor down. Like, what? Does it not work like that? Have I been lied to? Yeah. I hate when they spend like 90% of the program being like, well, here's all the stuff. And then now it's just like, well, there's an exercise template you need to be a part of. There's an exercise template you need to use. And it's just like, great. Now and they have it wrapped up in some convoluted little thing. It's like, we have to use this and you have to log in and you have to do pass the thing. And it's just like, bro, just put the stupid thing on the curriculum. Like, just put it in the problem. Yeah, like, I don't understand why it's not passing the height argument that is there. Like, this is obviously a height argument. There's obviously a 4 here. So why is it not passing it to this? Like, I don't understand. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like, why is it not passing the fucking argument over? I'm just gonna. I mean, this seems to work, but it's just like I really didn't teach that very well. I think this is probably like the first, well, first time in a while that I've been like, bro, you really kind of didn't do too good of a job. It's like I'm just following their thing on this because it's like this is rectangle, this is square. Rectangle takes two arguments. Square takes one argument because it's the same one. But then they don't tell you here what to do with this because none of the examples had that. Oh shit. It was just in one example, and then they went back to like another example that didn't use it. I was trying to see the more recent example, but it's a different one. Oh, scrolling. It's because like I went to the one just before, but then after that it was just like I didn't realize it was the one above that one. Granted, I don't think they do a good job explaining it though. Because they just show it being used. They don't really explain like the ins and outs of it. Um, oh yeah. Because like they have one for like thesis where they're like it's like this. But again, they're saying it in specific like they show this, which is what I needed to do for the square one. But the problem is that they they didn't really explain it all that well, and their example has an extra attribute in it, which, well, in the square one, it literally tells you that there should be no new attributes. So, kind of a pretty shit explanation, in all honesty. It's not gonna help people figure that out. I had to Google it, which at this point, it's the case of like, well, if I'm gonna have to Google it to learn it, why, like, should probably make that not, you know, might want to rewrite that a little bit. Oh, whatever, let's move on to the next exercise template bullshit that I'm gonna have to like manually piece back together. You just gave it to it. This one I definitely would have middle pieced together if yeah, I don't quite understand why in some cases you need to actually put thing in the super initialization and other times you don't. Because here, right, it does the same thing. Is it in the case of if I have to send an argument that I have to make it do that? It is, isn't it? Yeah, because okay, it's in the okay, I understand now. It's in the case of if I have to send arguments over, it needs to have it written in here. If I don't have to send arguments over, so for instance, if over here it didn't have rounds and it was just self, and then, you know, just did the rest of that, then just kept track of wins 1 and 2. Or it was a case of like, we didn't have rounds from the initialization, but there was like a getter setter method, right? Like we just had self dot rounds like equals 0, and then we had like a setter getter method like over here. Okay, I kind of understand that. No, they really didn't do that too good of a job explaining that though. Neither this one nor the MIT program really did either. One word. There. 2. 1. Okay, so this is if they're equal, it shouldn't do anything to the score. So basically, if it takes an argument, you need to write it in here to send it over. And then if it doesn't take an argument, then you can just leave it empty. No, I understand. It's because when you leave it empty, it's okay. Yeah, it's like kind of poorly worded, but I kind of understand now what they mean by it. They were talking about how you don't need to put self in this because it like Python adds it automatically, and didn't really my brain took that as like a different thing. But yeah, basically it just means that in here, right, I don't have to repeat self over and over again. Hmm. Oh, it's wins, not player. Hmm. That is not correct. It should be like the scores should be even, but it shouldn't be 2-2. It should be 1-1. Which means this is adding scores for some weird reason. I don't know why. Because of this. Oh no, no, because it goes input here, input here. Self dot round winner. Should be calling this in. Oh, that's why. I have it written incorrectly. I didn't read the code. Bad mistake. Okay, yeah. Because I didn't read this part. Because I am trolling. I just needed to return a 1 or a 2. Yeah, I got a little brain got a little distorted from the whole belt for the rectangle one. Whoever squeezed more vowels into their word wins the round. But I wanted answer one. I would have written answer one. Oh. Right, yeah, that works too. Oh, I forgot the test for the capitalization. Okay, that's look catches that just fine. And then rock, paper, scissors. I don't want to do this. There's like a really verbose way of doing it where you'd have to be writing it over and over again, and there's like definitely a simpler way of doing it, and I'm trying to figure out the simple way. Because it would be for rock, paper, scissors, right? So like obviously rock beats scissors, which beats paper, which beats rock. But I was thinking that maybe I could just assign them values, right? So like rock could equal 1, scissors could equal 2, and then paper could equal 3. And then it would be like if player 1 would do, because I don't think you can attach a string as a variable. Maybe in a hmm. I'm thinking like I'm gonna have to do it like the long way. Just like if one word rock. It just says, and you'd have to do that over and over again for all the different combinations, and I feel like there's like a more streamlined way to do it. Really wish that would not do that. So annoying. Oh no. It'd probably be something. I mean, it still wouldn't be very crazy. Like it equals rock. Then if player 2 word equals paper, return 2. Equals scissors. Turn 1. Right, because this way it's like, if theirs is rock and the other person's is paper, player 2 wins. If theirs is rock and the other person's is scissors, they win. And it's like if player use paper, then it's like player 2 goes scissors. And then you just keep doing that, right? So there. There's player 2. Good. Just to keep the same function. 2. Return 1. Right? Honestly, I can't really think of a easier way of, or like a simpler way of like writing that one up. I think that's about as smooth as it's gonna get. Because you compare the words together. Uh, hmm. Okay, so I need to. Okay. So then it needs to be. I was actually thinking of that, of writing an aloud thing. Yeah. Yeah. I'd actually been thinking about that, about making it where if it was something that wasn't rock paper scissors to take points off. I'm glad at least see because this is what I mean though, right? Like they that really didn't make that much longer than them just taking it out like this because this is in the exercise template. Yeah, it's like exercise. That's why I was like getting kind of like angsty, is because I already had seen ahead of time that it was the next one was also gonna be another exercise template one. But then it was just like what do we call it? Then I saw they gave us the actual thing because I don't have no idea how I would have tried to piece this together if uh if they didn't like at least at the very bare minimum explain how it worked. So and it's just like the rest of this is what I had to write out, but it was just like I don't think this is like I don't know I don't think it, they should just have it in the exercise itself, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. If a trade is defined as private in the base class, it's not directly classes really mentioned. Like good example in the notebook class. Notes are stored in a list and list attribute is private. If the integrity of the class is key, making the list attribute notes private makes sense. Class provides the client with suitable methods for adding and browsing notes. Which becomes problematic if we define a new class, Notebook Pro, which inherits the Notebook class. The private list attribute is not accessible to the class, but neither is accessible to the derived class. If we try to access it as undefined notes below, we get an error. Any object-oriented programming language have a feature using a special keyword for protecting traits. That means that a trait should be hidden from the clients of the class. The kept accessible to its subclass. Python in general abhors keywords, so no such feature is directly available in Python. So there's a convention of marking protected traits in a certain way. Remember, a trait can be hidden by prefixing its name with 2 underscores. The agreed convention to protect a trait is to prefix a name with a single underscore. Just to it prevents a programmer from breaking the. This is considered a bad programming practice. So we've had a table for visibility. Attributes with different access modifiers. Access modifier public, self.name, visible to client, yes, visible to derived class, yes. Access modifier protected, self.underscore name, visible to client, no, visible to derived class, yes. Access modifier private, example self.underscore name, visible to client, no, visible to derived class, no. Access modifiers work the same. All traits, for example, in the person class below, we have protected method capitalized initials, can be used from the derived class footballer. Okay, superhero. Contain the following protected attributes: name, string, location, members, and structure, which takes the name and location of the group as arguments. Order. Getter methods for the and location attributes. Method named add member, which adds a new member to the group. Method name print group, which prints out information about the group and its members. Hmm. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. I skipped the putting the string type hint. Oh, sheesh. That was a pretty big sneeze. Stuck up on me a little bit too. Okay, so it doesn't actually take the... We don't need this. I thought it was weird that it would take that as an argument. Alright, break time. Oh, oh wait, no, we were done with it. I was like, oh, that's the last axe I need. And then I saw the icon that it got reduced, and I was like, and then I remember we were done. What's up, buddy? What you doing? Besides being an old bum. I don't particularly mind that they have a template. It's just that if they're going to like have a template, I really feel like they should just have at least like give a brief explanation of how it works, so that way I can just reconstruct it. But mhm. Mhm. But yeah, I think aside from the exercise template thing, the rest of it's not too bad. To be fair, like the amount of like exercises I've had to skip because of it is pretty low. So, like, still manageable. But it just gets a little frustrating when it's just like, because like for instance, half the times they still end up putting the actual code in there anyway. So it's just like half the times like that, half the times the amount of code itself isn't really like that big of a deal to reconstruct. So it's just like they should just say it. They should just put it in there. The radio today has some pretty good jams. They have shoot the way. But yeah. I don't know. I think like part of me though is starting to get tired of like studying, and it's time to like work on side projects again. So I'm gonna at least tonight for sure, because tonight's Thursday, right? Or tonight Wednesday? Yeah, it's Thursday. Okay, bro, I'm telling you, my sense of what day of the week it is just non-existent. But probably go back into on Tuesdays and Thursdays nights. Like instead of like studying though, it'll probably just be working on side projects. I really want to get at least one of those done. I think I'm gonna try to finish the meal plan one. supposed to rain more tonight though. Why's it gotta rain so much? I think the weather in the new area is supposed to be a little less rainy. At the very least, it seems like we'll actually get that of the year, which will be nice. Because here it kind of just gets like kind of cold, then it snows for like a. Well, this time we only got snow like once, but usually it snows for like a week or so. Well, it lasted about like half a week ish. Previously, it'd been like usually we'd get snow for like a week, and then it'd melt, and then we get a little bit more snow for like about a half a week again, and then it would melt again. But but it's just like in the new place, it seems that it'll at least be like, you know, we'll have like an actual spring, summer, fall, winter like weather scenario. Because here it's like fall is still pretty hot, then it gets like cool a little bit, then it just, you know, pile drivers itself into below freezing, sometimes like close to zero weather. And then it like kind of peters back up, being kind of warm. Like for instance, this next couple days, I think it's supposed to be like in the 60s, and then like by I think Saturday or Sunday, it's supposed to like drop all the way back down to like below freezing again if the forecast doesn't change. Like it's so that it's just like it's at least the weather should be a bit more stable. But I think that's one of the reasons I just it's well actually no I don't know because it's hot as hell all the time. But yeah, I don't know, hopefully fingers crossed. Mm, 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 mm. Why you cry? I can't believe this. Just not even throwing a fit because we're not gaming. It's not even storming outside. He's like, wine, whining for nothing. Honestly, he's been getting uppity because what should we call it? It's my parents are packing and stuff. There's a lot of movement downstairs, so he's just throwing a fit. He doesn't like moving because it means he has to be in the car, and he doesn't like being in the car. Make sure, did I turn it? Oh, rip. I didn't turn the timer back on. Or the timer for the break time timer on. Bro, I'm like all over the place today. I was sitting there being like, it'd be almost time for break time to be over. Let me check my timer. And then I look over and it's not even running. But luckily there was only like 15 minutes till ads, so I kind of knew what the time was. I knew what it was, so we'll just end break preemptively. Bruh. That's so much out of it these days. Not even all that tired today. Not quite sure why my brain's kind of out of it. I think it's mostly because it's that. I think I need to work on the side projects. Because like studying is great and all, but I don't know. I like doing things. Okay. We need to add getter methods for the name and location. A method for add member. And a method for. We'll do the getter methods first. Then we want, oops. Self is the soup. It would be there's um, self or print. Here, hopefully this should work. Oh wait, no, the print group is supposed to print everything, right? Yeah, the group and its members. Okay. Print. Oh. Left on. Name. Self location. Prints. There's. Oh. Default. Okay, there we go. Avengers, Emerald City, members, super person with super speed and super strength. And then invisible Inca with superpowers and invisibility. Yeah, that one's pretty easy. Magic potion to name an effect. The magic potion allows you to save a recipe for the magic potion. The class definition contains the constructor along with the methods add ingredient, print recipe. Ah, okay, so that's how it works. So then for the magic potion, it just needs a constructor class where it takes a name. I'm assuming they should be protected. That is what we just learned. So with this, it should be Should it be a list? I mean, it could be a list of tuples, right? I could also just make it a dictionary. I'll just make it a list of tuples for now. Sunflower ingredients. Wow. And print recipe. Hmm. It should be .NET. Oh, this is so trippy though, because like when I have to deal with text files, right, you have to remember to put the slash n or else it won't do this, even if you put like different print lines in a row. Oh, working with files. Working with files. I'm thinking about it because since I plan on working on the meal list tonight, it'll dinner list or whatever I'm calling it. I whatchamacallit? I'm hubba. I'm thinking about like text files in the background. Look at the back of my mind. What's up, buddy? You're like an hour early, earlier than you usually come over to beg. Come here, what's up? You're kind of warm. It do be kind of warm today. I still can't get over the time I forgot that I put like I was setting it up for an F string, and then I decided not to use an F string, and then I forgot to like pull that out when I was having it like just do. And I was using it an F string somewhere else, and I was just printing the curly brackets, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why are you printing curly brackets?" That's pretty funny. Yeah, I wanted to do something here, but again, trying to keep it less complicated. Uh, just to get through the assignments. So then this one. Oh, because it'll want the password. I'm thinking this should work. But only one way to find out. I've gotten it tripped up on some of the things I didn't expect it to. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like that's this one. Yep, then erase the value error for wrong password. That was pretty easy. Yeah, so I have to. One thing I really have to remember is if I'm using the super to copy it, if it needs arguments passed in, because this was something that I don't think they really like did a good enough teaching in either program, kind of like making it clear cut how that works. That it's like if it needs an argument when you're copying the thing, you need to have it in the parentheses after like what you're sending. If it doesn't and it just needs self, then you don't need to do anything because just having super parentheses dot whatever the method is already includes the self written in like wrapped into that. And that was really confusing when I was doing it on the square rectangle one because I didn't really understand why it like right because it was just like because I was expecting it to just send the 4 because I was like, well, it should just be a copy of it. But now I understand. And I think like they should have just had a like should have had a bit more of like have it written out a little bit more, like a little bit more obvious. Like I read through the whole thing, even through the part where it was like the thesis thing that had it in there, but I don't know why my brain just didn't pick up on it. Because to be fair, it was a very small amount written about it. Especially considering that the focal point of that wasn't even having to write the the arguments getting passed. It was just about if you wanted to have an extra thing attached to it under, like what it would look like. So yeah. So I feel a little bit more clarification on that would have been nice. Or at least like more focus. Not necessarily clarification, but like a little bit more focus on it. I feel would be good. Class can contain a method which returns an object of the very same class. For example, below we have the class product, whose method product on sale returns a new product object with the same name as the original, but with the price, which is 25% lower. The duality of when I hate using nail clippers, but I hate having my nails be too long. Typically, it is used to refer to the own trait. Into attributes and methods. The variable can be used to refer to the entire object as a whole, or the entire object as well. For example, if the object itself needs to be returned to the client code. In the example below, we've added another method cheaper to the class definition. It takes another product as its argument, returns the cheaper of the two. Oh, interesting. This works just fine. In a very specialized case of comparing two objects, it would be better we could use the Python comparison operators directly on these products. Oh, and then this is where, yeah, more dunder methods. Python contains some specially named built-in methods for working the standard arithmetic and comparison operators. Be able to use the certain operator on instances of self-defined classes. You can write a special method which returns the correct result of the operator. We've already used this technique with the string method. Now to look for the method named like this when the string representation of an object is called for. Start with the operator greater than, which tells us if the operand is greater than the second product class definition. And the method short for greater than. This specially named method should return the correct result of the comparison. Specifically, it should return true if and only if the current object is greater than the object passed as an argument. The criteria used can be determined by the programmer. By current object, we mean object on which the method is called, the dot notation. Implementation returns true if the price of the current product is greater than the price of the passed as an argument. Otherwise, returns false. Now the comparison operator is available for use with type product. As stated above, it is up to the programmer to determine the criteria by which it is decided which is greater, which is lesser. We could, for instance, decide the order should not be based on price, but be alphabetical by name instead. Orange would not be alphabetical. Than is LT, greater than is GT, equal is U, not equal is NE, less than or equal is LE, greater than or equal is oh, wait, I think I already had like a notepad for this stuff. Okay. The bank. Study Python. I went for typical errors. Did I not do one for I'm making a little cheat sheet for myself. Making a little cheat sheet for myself. This song is one I jam out to. Oh, save as. Then I should toss this in the toolbox, which I should then move from where I have it. Because like my goal is to set up like a little, well, I call it a toolbox, right? But it's got like, you know, just stuff that I can just get into it really quick. You know, we'll just have like, for instance, the file creation function and the text file class and stuff like that. I could have the, you know, it's pretty good to have the cheat sheets in there. I have one for the class operators cheat sheet, so like, so in this case, right, it would be the dunder methods for uh just have a cheat sheet there, so that way it's like I don't have to keep going somewhere else, like going trying to find them on the internet, like a nice little spot to just have them written out. Um, then I have one for typical errors for when you're doing try except. It's pretty nice. It's very necessary. It's very rarely necessary to implement all the arithmetic and comparison operators in your own classes. For example, division is an operation which rarely makes sense outside numerical objects. What would be the result of dividing a student object by 3 or by another student object? Nevertheless, some of the operators are often very useful with also your own classes. The selection of methods to implement depend on what makes sense knowing. Have a look at class which models a single note. And we implement the add within our definition. Addition operator plus becomes available on our note. Oh, because then we can make it concatenate. Right. Right. Sense. By president, remember both equals entry plus entry 2, which print both because the date be of this. Remember by presence, remember. Now the string representation of an object already implemented quite a few. You know, the method returns a string representation of the object. Another quite similar method is returns the technical representation of the object, often implemented so that it returns the program code which can be executed to return an object with identical contents to the current object. Returns this technical string representation of the object. Technical used also whenever the string method is not defined for the object. Example below. Is necessary to include the apostrophe characters in the result. So it's worth mentioning that with data structure such as Python always uses the representation method for the string contents. Sometimes look quite baffling. Some really good jams today on the radio for the exercise template. Oh, suck. Class name the money implement asks you to implement fix the small problems in. Why did I do? I'm trolling. I'll just piece it together as it asks me to change things. Bounce. You. I understand. I need to change this. Maybe not if I named money. Type hint. Whatever. No. What do you mean money is not defined? It worked perfectly fine until I started shifting things around. Or until I started turning this into floats. Why did this break now? For no reason. Like, it knows it's a class. So why is it now giving me problems? Oh wait, no, it wasn't. It was giving me. No, this isn't. Is it not? Like, can you not type hints in this? I guess not. I just don't understand why it's giving me an issue. Undefined name when it's defined here. Oh, does it have to be self? No, like it shouldn't be because I'm just telling him to use another money thing. Why is this causing a problem? Whatever, I'll just fucking box string it. Okay. Hmm. Oh, hmm. Oops. Alright, so we can get rid of this here, because this would still work. And then just have it be a float in here. And then you can see if this works. I am hungry though. Yeah. Lost it a bit. Oh shit! Right. I forgot. I forgot that when you're type hinting with the a type of like the class that's the same as the class itself, you have to put it in quotations. I hadn't had to do that yet, like manually myself. Another thing to remember. Okay. All right, that works. Imagine it should have worked. 410, 205, 410. False true. Implement the other option. The rest of those are actually pretty easy. Greater than? Well, technically we want less than, but we're going to start with greater than because I already wrote it. Less than self money. Oh, I should have just called it shmoney. Rolling. Missed opportunity. Fraction. That one, right? I should know because I've used it before on the MIT one. And I'm drawing a bit of a blank on it now. Yeah, it's odd. Ooh, this one's actually gonna be kind of interesting. Well, it should, if it's two floats, it should get returned as a float. Hmm, that's a problem. It should be 0.00. Hmm. Because the cents should equal 0, right? But it's, I think it's just returning as none. I'm assuming this is what's happening. Oh, that's not what's happening. Hmm. Oh, it's not getting returned as a money property. That's what it is. How do I do that again? Crap. Hmm. Yeah, it's they need a return of type money. So it needs to be new money equals. Crap, I had to do this for the MIT one. How did I do it over there? I have to have one of those. I'm hoping I saved one of those. Might not have. In my hubris. Jeez. You know, I try to fucking look through that. Hold up. Might be in my notes. Uh, did I not take? Hmm. I may not have taken notes on. Oh no, I did. This one's. Never mind. This is from the big theta. Analyze complexity. Which I still need to find exercises for that. Really. I might have written it. I know that they did cover that in the lecture though for the MIT about like assigning something as the like for the plus minus, like returning it as a type of. Um, I'm pretty sure it's like I have to somehow. I guess I could just split the decimal. Yeah, it just means I'll have to split it and then just return it as the tuple form. Pretty sure is what I'll have to do. Alright, so it'd be like shmoney equals new. Actually, we'll just call this one new money and then we'll just call shmoney this money. New money split dot split. You turn it into string. And it's return money. Zero money. Not sure if that'll work. Yeah, I kind of figured. Oh, I guess I could always just like recast them as ints then. There we go. Yeah. I think that's the only way I can do it for this specific scenario. Because it's like, with the way it's written to record the money thing is I'm pretty sure I don't need this. Yeah. Yeah, it took me a second to realize that it was getting returned as a float and not as like a money object. So it obviously isn't going to use the string dunder method over here. It's going to use the usual print method for it. And basically, this is the same just with subtraction. So the way this should work now is you get rid of this. Mount check. Mount check. Less than 0. Raise value. Error. And negative. It printed E3 twice. Why? It should, they both shouldn't be, I'm pretty sure they're both not supposed to be 7. Yeah, I'm pretty sure one's supposed to be 1 10. So why is this one returning as 7? Why is it returning a 7? E2 is supposed to be 295. Oh, wait, no, it's just like tripping up in general. Wait, why is it returning a 7? Because I still have this as plus. Okay. I was like, I got so caught up in doing this part, I forgot that I had to change this to minus again. Oh, actually, I don't need to do this. Right, like I just leave this as new money. Ah, but now there's a problem. Is 0.99. Hmm. Wait, 450? 5. No, or 405. Yeah, it should. Why is it returning to like 1.99999999999? Yeah, that is 405. Yeah, it's 295. It should literally just be a 110, like, break even. Yeah, it's doing 295 there. It's doing 405 there, so why is it not, like, subtracting nicely? It's not even subtracting correctly at all. Oh, because it's the floating point issue. Motherfucker. Oh, floats, why are you such a pain in the ass? Hmm. It's not even like technically subtracting properly because it's supposed to be 1.0 into the 9 and it's doing like 1.999999999. So it's not even doing it right. Hmm. Is it in point two? Is it not that you need? No, it doesn't need that. Oh, it's because it's being returned as a string instead of a number. Hmm. I return it as a float. I mean, the problem is this isn't even working the way it's supposed to, though. Like the numbers are uh printing the way, like the numbers are being imported correctly, but the subtraction is wrong. Because again, we checked it, or it's like it's gonna be being the floating point error, but it's like it's missing an entire digit for no reason. Mm-hmm. 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 Let me see what it's actually, why it's not. At this point, I'm just curious why it's not doing the actual fraction correctly. Hmm. I forgot to open it up for people. Have the off chance of getting it killed a little faster. Hmm. Yeah, I figured that wouldn't work. Hmm. I actually know how that works though. Oh, because it's string format. No, it's not giving the wrong number. I really want to figure out how to like fix this, but I'm kind of drawing blanks here. To be honest, the biggest thing that like is kind of irking me is the fact that it's not doing 0.0. Like it's just going 0.9. Like it's off by like such a large margin that I don't know why it's like incorrectly calculating this. All right, that's gonna return. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I was thinking that you could also just split it and then like subtract the euros from each other and the cents from each other, but that doesn't work because one's 5 and one's 95. You'd get back like an extremely negative number. So that would be a bit of a problem. Hmm. Yeah, see, so this is the correct number. But then why isn't it returning it properly here? Because like it should be fine converting that into a float, I feel. Yeah, see, so it works here. But for some reason, when it's getting moved along here, it fucks up here. Even though it's printing the correct things, right? Right, so it's like 405 to 95. But for some weird reason, when it's getting converted to a float, it's turning into the wrong thing. Like it's not actually working. And at first I thought it was maybe because it was doing this, but I think it's just the Python. Like Python itself is just completely bonkers right now with this. Because pretty much every other instance I'm doing with it works. Like even if I wrap these as floats, right? Like it's because like the number doesn't change. So if the number doesn't change, why is the value changing? Like I know it has to deal with like the float issue, but like at this point it's not even getting to the right number. Because it should be this. It should be 1.0 and then 9 repeating into the 6. But it's not. And I don't understand why. And it's just like really, really fucking confusing. So like I don't feel like it should be doing that. Because like I feel like if it was gonna be doing that, it would have popped up, right? Like in the other examples of something being wrong, but it doesn't. So it's like kind of confusing. We're gonna have to use the forbidden method to figure this out. That's why. It's because when I'm splitting it is the problem. I see. So the problem is when I split them up to send them back to become a money thing. But when I split it, it's turning the 0.1000001 into oh, what if I just do this instead? Right, so we do this. There we go. Yeah, so the main problem was that in here it's doing the calculation correctly, because that's something I didn't check actually. Was here was print new money. That was a step I missed. That one's definitely on me. Yeah, so here it like actually pulls it out. Okay. So that was a mistake on my part. Is I didn't check what was actually coming out of the actual equation itself. Rookie mistake, honestly. Um so I had to use the forbidden method, aka I had to use, but at this point like there was no way I was going to be able to find the answer by myself, and I was just going to waste my time. But like basically what was happening was when I was using the split turns it into two integers, right? Because we're taking out the period. And when it splits the point zero, 9999996, it like kind of fucks with it, and it because like internally like what's being shown is 0.0999, but like internally it's like 0.10 something something something. So when I split it into integers, it kind of like messes with it. So then it gets rid of like the first zero and it turns it into 99999. So then it like flips that into it. So to solve that, since I'm turning it into a string anyway, I just used an f string to tell it, hey, don't do more than don't do more than 2 decimal points. And then that way it like just solves the problem. I'm aware this is not a catch-all. I am like pretty sure there's going to be issues that would crop up with using it, but I am pretty sure that for the purposes of the exercise, it'll probably be fine. Mm-hmm. The value must be directly accessible. I'm too lazy to go back and rewrite everything. Yeah, because it's gonna just name it new euro. Solve that problem. I figured that was gonna be an issue. Oh, it's because I didn't have it written correctly. They wanted euros, and I had it euro. So Python was like, "What are you fucking trying to do?" It's just like, "I don't fucking know, dog. Just do the thing." And he's like, "I don't know what you want from me, boy." Yeah, technically, I would have had to private all of those. Oh, it wanted me to encapsulate all of it. It doesn't want this to work. Okay, so that means I need to find everywhere this says zero and cents. Total is fine. Money dot total. I think the rest of that should be fine. Yeah. It was an error anyway with the getter and setter because they weren't pulling the right thing because I had encapsulated it. But I didn't realize that it was like I just saw what it want, like what it said, because like they kind of like they fuck with you a little bit on it if you just read the like what it shows, because it shows you the print with the change and then print again, and then it gives a sample output. But then if you actually read it, it goes the full thing is like do this, like have this, and then it's like it's not supposed to have any of that. So they're like gotcha. And it's like oh. It was funny though because when I was setting it, I was like, I should have encapsulated this. Class simple date, which allows you to handle dates. For simplicity's sake, we assume each month has 30 days. Because of the simplification, you should not use the datetime module. You will implement similar functions by yourself instead. Implement the outline of the class along with the methods allowing for comparisons with the operators less than, greater than, equal, and non-equal. Following code to test your implementation. So the constructor day month, year. Alright, now you're usually regularly scheduled pestering me because you want food. Yes, what do you want? Hello. Yes, the stretchies because you've been napping. Not as much as you were earlier yesterday though. You've been a bit more up and at 'em. Yes, I see you. What do you want? Yes, you're wagging your tail, but you're not. You still have like 30 minutes. Come here. So this should be self dot day equals day, self dot month equals month, self dot year equals. Did we encapsulate this? I'll encapsulate it because why not? Why not? The thing that kind of annoys me about the little pop-up sometimes is that I'll hit escape as I'm done typing, but because there's a little bit of a time delay between it like pulling up suggestions, like I have to wait and then hit escape again, and it gets mildly annoying. Okay, so it needs greater than, less, or it needs less than, greater than, equal, and not equal to. So we'll start with less than. If self dot year greater than year dot year. No, yeah, it needs to be true. Let's have self dot year. Is less than year dot month. Turn. Else if self dot year. I mean, the thing is, I don't know if I need this because, like, I think like it'll work just fine if I just do this, right? Like, just get rid of this line because it's never gonna make it down because of the else if statements, right? Or the if elif. Like, if I didn't have elif, it probably would have had to do it that way. But in this way, it would be like, is. Oh no, actually, it would need it. It would need it actually. No, because like the point is that it'll check if the current year is greater than that year, and then if I leave it as is, it'll then check the next month. Because the way I'm planning on doing it is that if none of these flag true, then it just returns false. It's debatable which one's like the right way to do it. Oh, it needs to be protected is what it needs to be. Oh, no, if I protect it, I won't, or even if I protect it, I won't be able to access it from the outside, will I? Hmm. I wrote all this and then I forgot the double under. Like, I don't think it'll work with the double under for pulling it in because when you do the double under, it's protected, or it's privated, which means the client's not supposed to be able to use it. And I was thinking the class, it's even if it's like pulling it in the class itself, it's still considered the client if it's using like a different object. I can just control Z all this, so it's not like I have to go back and delete it by hand. Yeah, I think in this case, encapsulation is not a good idea. Oh, never mind, it works just fine. Good to know. Except it's supposed to be false. It's supposed to be false. D1, D2. D1 is 410 2020. D2 is 2812 1985. Oh wait. Oh, that's fast. Just back to looking at his paw like a maniac. Alright, so technically it works, but technically it's also wrong. It's supposed to be false, so I don't know what's flagging it. Oh, actually, I do know what's flagging it. It's this. Oh, wait, no, it is. True. Wait, I'm confused how they want the less than off. Is it supposed to be the date is younger? I guess they wanted to flag. Oh, that's so confusing. They wanted to flag. It needs to be the opposite. Greater. I guess like greater than or less than would be. I don't know why they would like what. That's so confusing. Why would you want it like that? Like, why would the less than be like? I thought it was less than would be like age wise, right? Like, is the date for this younger than the other date? And obviously, there it would be true, but they wanted to say false. That's so confusing. Honestly, that's extremely confusing. I'm not quite sure what the point of that is. Hmm. Yep. It is, I guess. They won't. Gonna get. Wait, no, it's supposed to be the other. Wait, what? Bro, this is throwing me for such a fucking loop because it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would the more current date not be less than the older date? Like, what the fuck, bro? Oh, this is such a stupid fucking exercise. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Just doesn't make any sense, bro. I don't care what anybody says. This makes no fucking sense. The way they have it. The way they want this, like, just makes no fucking sense. I don't know if it's like a European thing or whatever, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't fucking get it. Let's put a string method in before we continue. I don't know, this part just completely messed with my brain. Anyway, in the final break time, that was that just destroyed my brain when trying to like figure out what was going. It was just like I was like happy asking. I was like, oh yeah, if it's if the date is greater than or this year is greater than that year, then obviously this is less than. That's then I look at what the answers they want, and it's just like, nah, the less than should be false, even though it is like a younger date than the older one, and I'm like, oh for like fuck off. So dumb. It would have made more sense if they used hours instead. I don't know why they used date. They should have just used hours, minutes, seconds to make the comparison because it would actually make sense for it to be less than in that case. At least in my humble opinion, it would have made more sense. Because the current setup just it doesn't make sense to me how like why they want it like that. They're just like, well, it's obviously less than, or it obviously isn't S less than. It's like no, it obviously very much is so less than in the term of how dates are calculated. It's definitely a younger date, therefore it's been around for less than the previous date. But it do be kind of weird. Oh snap! Goku with the raid just before end of stream. Up Goku, I was stream. What were you up to? Listen, Fortnite, get out, get out! I can't believe this. Can't believe you would ruin the sanctity of this household with Fortnite. Of all things, I can't believe this. You have failed me for the last time. Starscream. Wow. That's what I'm saying. Wow. How could you play? What? How could you play Fortnite with something like Delta Force exists? Goku, please. We gotta work on your choice of gaming. Just because Goku is in the game doesn't mean you have to play it. Let's be honest. To have a bit of higher standard for yourself. Don't worry about you, Goku. I'm worried about you. Doing all this shenanigans. Hold on, let me save this before we get. You were Miku? That's even worse. That's even worse, let's be honest. I am speechless. Flabbergasted, even. I fail to be able to summon the words that need to be spoken to describe the feelings I'm feeling. All because Goku is Miku instead of Goku. Time to rebrand Goku. Time to be God Miku 56. You have been led astray. Been led astray. I'll give you that one for free. I'll refund it because we're gonna be raiding out in a little bit. Actually, you know what? Because of the emotional trauma you've given to me, that's not getting refunded. I'm taking your 100 points. You're getting your Lechonk for like 5 minutes. That's what you're getting. You leave. You'll be back later. Okay. I mean, I'll see you at the night stream, I guess, because we're ending in like 5 minutes. Thief? No. That's like buying tickets to the movie like 5 minutes before it ends, and then being like, I can't believe this. I bought these tickets and I only got 5 minutes of the movie, and they're like, but sir, that's all that was left when you bought it. Brought this upon yourself, Goku. Brought this upon yourself. We thank you for your donations of 100 channel points, though. Much obliged. Tips Fedora. Do I have both of my guns in here? No, I don't. So I replace one of these for a gun. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Probably best to just leave it as B. Might have to see if there's a different grid that I want to use for the Celeste Magna 3. Implement. Correct. I'm just reading what else it's gonna want me to do for this weird ass backwards program. I really think they should have just done time, but like time of the day, but I guess for the larger parameters of what they want to do, it wouldn't have really worked out too well. Like I have an idea of how to do the other one, so it's like not that big of a problem. But yeah, anyway, tonight's gonna be we're gonna work on the side projects. I'm gonna try to finish up, or at least get a good amount of headway on the meal list one, which I think I'll have to like, well, I'll have to like rewrite a good chunk of it because of because of the the changes I made with like putting the functions in their own page and stuff like that. But yeah. Oh, oh. But I really want to get that one done. I think that's what we're gonna do, that Tuesdays and Thursday nights. If not, just gonna be what I do when I take a break from streaming for the move. Again, hopefully that break is a little shorter than I'm expecting it to be. But we'll have to wait and see how it pans out. Mm-hmm. Also, Opera GX did like an update today, and I don't know how I feel about it. That's a lie. I do know how I feel about it. That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. I know exactly how I feel about it. I don't like it. Well, I like some of the changes. I don't like some of the other changes. Bit of a mixed mixed feel on it. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna go figure out what I'm going to put together for dinner. I'm gonna go say hi to Foxy. He's playing Core Keeper, which is a game I want to play. I do own it. I've been meaning to put more hours into it, but with the coding thing, it's kind of like been a case of little whatchamacallit. You know, I just feel like until I can at least get something, some sort of income, whether that's by doing like side jobs with freelance works or stuff like that, or you know, getting like an actual either part-time or full-time position, stuff like that. I definitely think the gaming is gonna be like just kind of take a bit more of a back step. So it'll be predominantly just Monday, Wednesday, Friday nights, and then maybe on the weekends every once in a while. But yes, thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it though. It was early, if you hope you have a good day. It was late, if you hope you were well. Stay safe, stay hydrated. I'll see you on the next one. Oh, bye bye.